Hi everyone, Matt Bufano here from Wyoming Seminary with our head wrestling coach, Cornell Robinson, who just got back from Texas last night. Now he's hitting the road for Oklahoma. Coach, tell us about what is it like traveling, kind of a whirlwind right now?
It's definitely been rough. Just this month of December has been crazy. These kids are wrestling everywhere. One thing that our motto is here, if our kids want to wrestle, we want to support them. So we definitely not going to stop you from wrestling. So that's kind of the motto we're living by. And if we can get there, we're going to get there.
Yeah. So there's been a lot happening in the wrestling program right now. A couple things to get to. Let's start with Ironman. Just happened. How did Wyoming Seminary do there? We did really well. But how did we do in your own
So Ironman was outstanding. I mean, we had definitely a historic performance. Won the tournament by close to 100 points. 8 in the semis, 7 in the finals. Kids wrestled above their seeds, which was just crazy. One of the standouts, Jake Daly, had an unbelievable tournament. Just wrestled tough and a lot of belief in himself. So really proud of his performance. And Davis Matika, I think he might have been seeded 6th, maybe 12th. And he came in and won the tournament. So those two definitely were outstanding and just a total team effort. Of course, Drew Correa got the either most team points or most falls. I mean, he was a monster as usual, going after the pin. So it was just a great performance, historical performance. And I've been a part of a lot of championships, but that one was pretty special.
Yeah, and the Ironman tournament in Ohio, that is the biggest in-season tournament for wrestling, right?
The biggest, the best of the best, and we proved we're better.
Yeah, that's right. So then right after that, basically, you went to Texas, like we said, for the U.S. Open, guys and girls trying to get into the Olympic trials, which are going to be in April in State College.
Oh, yeah.
How did we do there?
It was awesome. We took 3 wrestlers, Claire Bowie, Joe Seeley, Luke Littledahl. All of our wrestlers placed in the top 8, which is crazy considering that they're high school seniors. And Claire Bowie took 7th, wrestled everybody extremely tough. So proud of her effort and, her willingness to go compete. Joe Seeley took 8th, wrestled with some real tough dudes and got on the podium. And Luke Littledahl took 5th, which qualifies him for the Olympic trials in April. So Claire and Joe actually have one more shot at the last chance qualifier 2 weeks before the Olympic trials in April. So pretty excited about their chance. They just keep jumping levels, and as long as we keep working like that, you never know. The motto around our program is you're never too young to win. So that's what we're sticking with.
Yeah, pretty awesome month for Wyoming Seminary Wrestling, especially Luke Littledahl. 5th place. So he is going to be wrestling for a spot in the Olympics. He's not going to be seeded as a favorite, but even getting to that stage is a great opportunity because who knows what could happen.
Hey, all you got to do is get there. Pressure hurts many guys who are supposed to win. It only comes around every 4 years, and sometimes you put this pressure on yourself to win, and you just never know how stuff turns out. So you got to get there first. So getting there is the hard part, and once you get there, anything goes. So yeah, pretty excited, man. He worked pretty hard for this. He knew, right away when I met him when he was like 10 or 9 years old, he always knew what he's wanted. And, I've been lucky to be a part of this journey with him. And he's been like a great student / teacher in ways. I learned a lot from him, but definitely a great pupil and believing in what I always proposed and coming up with a plan to make him jump levels.
Awesome. And Luke is also the cover athlete of the latest Win magazine.
Oh, yeah.
The story is about Wyoming Seminary Wrestling, but Luke is the wrestler on the cover. And it should be mentioned, too, in the Olympic trials that Vale Ray Baker, who was a Wyoming Seminary graduate, won the championship, as did, Bo Bartlett came in 2nd, so both of them advanced to those Olympic trials in April. And then Lachlan McNeil, who's Canadian and at North Carolina, I believe.
Yes. Yep.
He advanced to the Canadian World Trials.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
so, I mean, just pretty amazing stuff happening here with Sem Wrestling. Now, as I said, we're about to head to Oklahoma. You are, that is, 4 a.m. flight. By the time this is released, you'll probably be landed in Oklahoma, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
What's the mission there? What's the job?
Well, this to me is just kind of a fun trip. We get to go there, we fly in, so it's a big time trip in that sense. Now it is all dual meet, so we'll wrestle some of the best teams in the country again. Some of the ones we've seen at Ironman, but this is more my team versus your team. So that'll be interesting in that factor because, dual meets are different than tournaments. But, however the outcome goes, we're just glad to be a part of it. Get the kids used to traveling and competing, which is a big deal, especially when you're flying. And be hopefully a fun trip before the break. And then we'll come back from after that to Powerade. But you can catch the National Wrestling Hall of Fame duels from Oklahoma on Rockfin on Matt Scout's Willie's channel. So I think we are wrestling in the morning of October 21st. I think we start at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Central Time.
Okay. And Matt Scouts is going to be back here for at least the Blair Academy duel.
Yeah.
If not Del Barton.
Del Barton also,
So
yeah.
back-to-back nights. That's January 12th and 13th.
Yeah.
January 12th before the Blair Academy duel. So that duel is going to be at 7 o'clock. Before that, from 4:30 to 6:30, we're going to have a wrestling reception at our very nice Kirby Center for the Creative Arts. Coach, what could you tell us about that? It's going to be, like I said, $50 to get in. You're giving to the best wrestling program in the country at the prep level. What should people expect from that?
Definitely come in and socialize with other with other Sam alumni and boosters before the Blair duel is what I was going to say. And just really see the love and passion we have for the Wyoming Seminary wrestling programs. And, I'll stop by for a few and say some things before the dual meet, but, we just really want to thank all our supporters for believing in the vision that we have for the program because, without them, this doesn't happen. Somebody had to believe and want to start something special. And for me to just be a part of it and keep it rolling is just a big deal and something I don't take for granted. So we want to thank everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we're grateful to have a lot of good supporters of the Wyoming Seminary Wrestling Program, but it could always get bigger. And hopefully, if you're watching this, you want to get involved as well. Again, that's January 12th, 4:30 to 6:30 here in Kingston. And then you get to watch the Blair duel. Maybe we'll do another video before then, but that's going to be a big one.
And also at that social, they'll be raffling off special things. Like you can sit by me in the coaching chair and really see what the heat of battle is like. You can also bid on some reserved seats on the edge of the mat, and you can also be a part of the coin toss. So there are some few things at the social that you definitely want to meet. And if you want to see what it's like in the hot seat, I invite you in.
So just to recap again, between the start of December and that January 12th, 13th weekend, we will have competed in a couple different duels, the Oklahoma trip, the Texas trip.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
Powerade, we always got that one.
Powerade. I mean, how do you kind of keep, what am I looking for? How do you kind of keep perspective and try to take it one thing at a time when there are so many events back to back to back? How do you get the guys in the right mindset?
One thing, I think we never stayed too high or too low. I mean, I think each event is definitely its own perspective, but like there's only a few events that matter, so you can't make everything matter. And one, you got to have fun with it, and two, just try to treat each wrestler as an individual because some days they may not be performing or mentally ready to compete. So now that we're starting to get depth, it's okay to rotate some kids in. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Awesome. Yeah, that duel that we just had, St. Anthony's from New York, we got to see a couple of wrestlers that you wouldn't normally see in a duel, and they all won. I mean, it was 58-0 until, we lost by forfeit at heavyweight.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting because Jack Selfies, one of our up-and-coming 8th graders, got to wrestle. Matt Daly, one of our freshmen who's up-and-coming, and got to wrestle. So definitely was a cool experience. I didn't get to see them too, but I heard they did good, and I saw some videos, so I'm pretty excited about our future.
All right, and so are we. Coach, thank you very much. Anything else you want to say before we go?
No, make sure to check my list. I think that's it, man. Thanks. Keep supporting Sim Wrestling. We definitely appreciate you. And the girls wrestling, we also, I meant to say this, we also had two girls wrestle at the Ironman tournament, and Rianne Murphy took second. Jacqueline Bazakis took first, and Jacqueline Bazakis also wrestled in Beast of the East. She took first there. So just kind of keep supporting us and supporting everything we do. And, we are wrestling, so we love it.
All right. Hope to see you January 12th for the Blair meet.